Let's face it, it's not enough to just report on your marketing activity. In order to move from a reactive marketing strategy to proactively solving for your leads and customers, you need to turn your data into action. One of the best ways to do that is to find out where there may be friction in the buyer's journey and figure out how to optimize for that interaction. But that doesn't mean going and changing everything about your website overnight. You want to fire bullets, then cannonballs. Now, beyond a totally quippy saying, what does that actually mean? Fire bullets, then cannonballs is a concept developed in James C. Collins' book, Great by Choice. The idea is that you fire bullets or low-cost, low-risk, and low-distraction experiments to figure out what will work for your business and audience. Once you have the data to prove your experiment was a success, you then fire a cannonball where you concentrate resources into a big bet. That way, every update, optimization, or change you make to your website, strategy, or approach is backed by data forecasting that it's the right move to make. But how do you turn small proven ideas into huge hits at your organization? It all starts with great marketing experiments. A marketing experiment is a form of market research in which your goal is to discover new strategies for future campaigns or to validate existing ones. For instance, a marketing team might create and send emails to a small segment of their readership to gauge engagement rates before adding those emails to a larger campaign. Think of running a marketing experiment as taking out an insurance policy on future marketing efforts. It's a way to minimize your risk and ensure your efforts are in line with your desired results. The most common way to incorporate marketing experiments into your strategy is to start with A/B testing. A/B testing, also known as split testing, is a marketing experiment where you split your audience to test a number of variations to a piece of content to determine which performs better. To run an A/B test, you need to create two different versions of one piece of content with changes to a single variable. You'll show these two versions to two similarly sized audiences and analyze which version performed better over a specific period of time. This needs to be long enough to make accurate conclusions about your results. Overall, pretty simple, right? Well, there's more. A/B testing has a multitude of benefits to a marketing team depending on what you decide to test. Let's review a few. Increased website traffic. Testing different blog post titles or web page titles can affect the number of people who click on that content. Creating tests to optimize for these elements can increase website traffic. Higher conversion rate. Testing different locations, colors, and even anchor text on your calls to action, or CTAs, can change the number of people who go on to click your landing pages. Conducting A/B tests on your CTAs can increase the number of people who fill out forms on your website, submit their contact info to you, and convert into leads. Reduced bounce rate. If your website visitors leave or bounce quickly after visiting your website, testing different blog post introductions, fonts, or featured images can reduce this bounce rate and retain more visitors. Reduced cart abandonment. E-commerce businesses see an average of 70% of customers leave their website with items still in their shopping cart. This is known as shopping cart abandonment and is, of course, detrimental to any online store. Testing out different product photos, checkout page designs, and where shipping costs are displayed can lower this abandonment rate. With so many benefits, the question then becomes, what A/B tests can you run to start optimizing for your customer experience at scale? The most common A/B tests involve landing pages, CTAs, and email. Let's review some key elements of each to ensure you can successfully conduct your own tests. With landing page A/B testing, you have one URL and two or more versions of the page. Visitors will be randomly sent to one of your variations. Standard landing page A/B testing tools remember which page the reader landed on and will keep showing that page to the user. For statistical validity, split tests need to set a cookie on each visitor to ensure the visitor sees the same variation each time they go to the tested page. This is how HubSpot's landing pages tool works. HubSpot's landing pages enable you to create A/B tests and track several metrics to evaluate how your experiment is performing. It keeps a record of the number of people who viewed each variation and who took the intended action. For example, say each of your landing page variations was viewed 180 times. However, the top performing landing page generated 20 clicks and the lowest performing one generated just 5 clicks. You'd want to stick to the version that inspired your visitors to take the desired action, which in this case is clicking an element on the page. That way, you can continue to drive traffic to that page you know is optimized for conversions. Now, landing page design is all about creating an enticing site page for your target audience and website visitors. It should encourage them to convert from visitors into leads and customers. So if you're looking to optimize said landing pages, where should you start? On your landing pages, conduct tests on your offers, copy, and your form fields. You can use a similar approach to your blog's conversion strategy. Here's an example of how HubSpot put this into practice. Based on previous data, HubSpot found that desktop users who engage with search have a 163.8% higher blog lead conversion rate than those who do not. However, only a very small percent of blog traffic interacted with the search bar. That's why HubSpot decided to test the visual prominence and functionality on the site search bar. HubSpot used 3 variants for this test using offer thank you page views as the primary success metric. For variant A, the site search bar had increased visual prominence and the placeholder text was altered to search by topic. For variant B, the search bar had increased visual prominence, the placeholder text was altered to search by topic, and the search function searched the blog rather than the whole site. For variant C, the search bar had increased visual prominence, the placeholder text was changed to search the blog, and the search function searched the blog rather than the whole site. HubSpot found that all 3 variants increased the conversion rate. However, variant C showed a 3.4% increase in conversion rate and a 6.46% increase in users who engaged in the search bar. You can also run A/B tests on your CTAs. CTA split testing works pretty much the same as landing page split testing. You create 2 or more variations of your CTA, place them on the same page, and display them to visitors randomly. The goal is to determine which CTA attracts the most clicks. HubSpot's CTA module enables you to quickly build A/B tests and to identify the data that matters most to your organization. For instance, you might look at your views to click rate in an effort to optimize for your CTAs. But what do you do if your click to submission rate is surprisingly low? The problem might lie with your landing page. That's why HubSpot recommends that you optimize for your view to submission rate. Now, you should only run one A/B test at a time, so don't try to optimize for both your CTAs and landing pages simultaneously. Change one variable at a time to understand which element triggered your results. When running a CTA A/B test, consider testing your placement, size, color, copy, and any graphics on your button. But let's take a look at what an A/B test on CTAs can look like in practice. HubSpot uses several different calls to action on its blog posts. On any given blog post, you'll notice anchor text in the introduction, a graphic CTA on the bottom, and a side-in CTA when you scroll through the post. However, on mobile, these CTAs might seem intrusive, so HubSpot decided to test its mobile CTAs. Previous A/B tests revealed that HubSpot's mobile audience was 44% more likely to click through to an offer landing page and 18% more likely to convert on the offer if all CTAs were stripped from blog posts and there was only one CTA bar at the bottom of the page with no ability to exit. HubSpot decided to test different versions of the bottom of the page CTA bar using thank you page views as a primary success metric and CTA clicks as the secondary metric. HubSpot used 4 variants for this test. For variant A, the control, the traditional placement of CTAs remained unchanged. For variant B, the CTA had a maximize-minimize option, so readers could dismiss the CTA using an up or down caret. For variant C, the CTA had an X that would completely dismiss the CTA from the post, leaving no formal CTA on the blog. For variant D, the CTA had no X or maximize-minimize option. Variant B saw a 7.9% increase. Variant C saw an 11.4% decrease, and variant D saw a 14.6% increase. HubSpot used that data to project that using variant D on mobile would lead to about 1,300 additional submissions each month. Last but certainly not least, you can choose to A/B test your emails. Most email providers automate the split testing process, enabling you to compare different elements about your email. These email tools randomize the list of recipients into 2 or more groups. You need to ensure the groups are big enough to give you a statistically significant result, and associate each email variation accordingly. HubSpot, for instance, splits your email campaign to help you find out the best subject line and time of day to send an email. It will also help you send the winning variation to the remainder of your group. This is a fantastic way to optimize your list and deliver the message that attracts the most attention. HubSpot and most standard email providers enable you to pick a winner based on open rate or click-through rate. However, you also want to see which email is bringing in the most conversions. Identify which variation, combined with the right landing page, delivers the best results. For this type of reporting, you need to integrate your email marketing and marketing analytics. Now, there are a variety of different areas you could test on your emails, including format, layout, timing, sender, subject lines, and target group. Let's explore with an example. Gathering reviews from users isn't always an easy task. That's why HubSpot decided to A/B test ways to reach out to customers. They decided to test in-app notifications versus email. HubSpot sent an in-app notification and an email notifying users they won Champion User of the Month and would receive a $10 gift card if they left a review on the Capterra site. For variant A, HubSpot sent a plain text email to users. For variant B, HubSpot used a templated email. And for variant C, HubSpot sent an in-app notification. HubSpot found that unlike emails, in-app notifications are often overlooked or missed by users. In fact, the emails outperformed in-app notifications by 140%. 24.9% of people who opened either email variant left a review, compared to 10.3% of those who opened the in-app notification. Now, this is by no means a comprehensive list of all the A/B tests you could run. While landing page, CTA, and email are the most common areas to experiment on, you may find yourself wanting to experiment on certain web forms or layouts of key site pages, like your pricing page. That's great. The appeal of A/B testing is that it can be done on many different marketing assets. Test whichever type of content you work with the most to ensure you get a better sense of the experience your audience wants from your organization. That way, you can maximize your potential conversions and continue to solve for your customers. Firing bullets instead of cannonballs not only helps you mitigate risk, it puts your marketing data to good use by helping you forecast future success.